representative from the 18th Congressional District, Honorable Mike Doyle. The Croatian Ambassador to the United States, Pierre Shimonovic. And Special Envoy to the Prime Minister of the Republic of Croatia, Kolinda Grabar Kitarović. My husband, John Sakaris. They feel sorry for you, John. His Eminence Blaise Cardinal Supic. Father Paul Maslas. Mr. Mio Maric, Director of the Croatian Homeland Foundation, Zagreb, Croatia. Mio Maric. The Mayor of the City of Pittsburgh, Bill Peduta. The President of the Republic of Croatia, Kolinda Grabar Kitarović, is our President, Edward Peza. I'm sorry I forgot to announce Mrs. Edward Peza, Beth Peza.
So many people look like me. And so I said, well, I told you Croatians are good looking. I'm so thank you. Everyone in this room,
is awed by her. I know I'm awed by her constantly. Through the Croatian Fraternal Union, we met our Madam President quite a while ago. She served as ambassador to the United States from Croatia. When she became president, it was just an incredible, it was deserved. She's so intelligent, she is so personable, she is a diplomat of the highest order. And I remember when I got the position of Secretary-Treasurer, because I'm the first woman executive in the history of the Croatian Fraternal Union. I was bold enough to write Madam President a letter and said, "You're the first woman Croatian president, and I'm the first woman executive of the Croatian Fraternal Union. To Croatska, good things happening now because women are going." She has been wonderful to the Croatian Fraternal Union. She as many of you know, she opens her doors to us every time we come to Zagreb. And I could stand here and say a million things about her, but you know they're all true. And I am so honored to stand here and present to you the President of the Republic of Croatia.
Thank you. Thank you so very much. Drage Hrvatice I Hrvati, my fellow Croatians, my dear American and Canadian friends, dear President and leadership of the Croatian Fraternal Union, His Eminence Kardinal Cupić unfortunately had to leave, but nevertheless I do extend my greetings to him as well. Of course, I'd like to extend my greetings to the local officials of Pittsburgh and especially to the Honorable Congressman Doyle as well. We've known each other for quite a number of years, as a matter of fact, and we've had some fun times at in Washington, D.C. So, dear Minister and ladies and gentlemen, it's such a great pleasure and honor to be here tonight. I cannot tell you what a wonderful, wonderful event this has been for me, and what inspiring speeches I've heard from all of the speakers, in particular from His Eminence Kardinal Cupić. And I must say that, you know, what he said is working towards bringing a more prosperous and a better Croatia does involve you very much in so many ways. And today also at Mass, I was in awe of the coat of arms that he had on his habit, on his clothing. It's just amazing how wonderful it looked, and I hope that our photographers have taken good photos and will bring back to our own bishops and archbishops in Croatia as well. I am really glad to be back in Pittsburgh. It's been a while. Some great times with the CFU, but also with the NFCA and others. I think that we've done together a great job for Croatia in those very difficult times when I was ambassador of Croatia to the United States, and when we had the honor to actually bring Croatia together into NATO and later into the European Union. So you should be proud of that, because it wasn't just a homeland war, and it wasn't just decades and many years before that, but it's the modern history and these present times that you have been contributing so much to Croatia's life. I wasn't going to tell you this story, but you've inspired me now with your latest remarks. I usually travel very modestly with just a few people, and you see, well, I have, 3 officers with me from Croatia, and 3 of my advisors, and 2 security officers. And of course, the United States provides the kind of security that they believe should be provided to a certain official, not just me, but any other.
So we're standing at Newark Airport waiting to board the aircraft to Cleveland. And we're just chatting there waiting for the crew to arrive and for the gate to open. And there was this wonderful young gentleman. He was driving a lady in a wheelchair. And he looked at me and he said, "You're that Croatian president who is the world famous football fan, aren't you?" And I was just wearing pants and a t-shirt, and I said, "Yes." And he goes, "Well, you don't need any security around here because we all love you." And that came from an American, and it meant the world to me. So I must say that what Cardinal Cupic said today during Mass and tonight has inspired me very much. I'm so sorry that he's not here any longer to hear what I have to say, but I will certainly write him a letter of thanks for today because he's really made it a wonderful celebration. And I would like to echo his words that tonight we should remember those who cannot share in this bounty that we have. It's great to be Croatian around the world today, but there's still so many things that need to be done in Croatia in order to ensure for the prosperity, for the well-being, for the security that our people deserve, that they want and deserve. And I hope that you, the Croatian community abroad, and let me tell you, I do not like the word diaspora. We are all community, so we're all the same heart, the same country, regardless of where you live. And I believe that the Croatian community around the world can do so much in helping us in Croatia to really make it one of the most prosperous countries in the world. I truly believe in that. And I said in Cleveland, after I had visited the Cleveland Clinic and Dr. Mihajlović, and after we've had a wonderful lunch with Miocic and his family, and after we had that sparing where I did show that I still have a good right arm, I am more than convinced that if we brought all of you back to Croatia, we truly would be the greatest country in the world. Because we have a beautiful country, we have wonderful resources, but what we still need is for people to come back. We need to change mindsets. We need to introduce new ethics and work habits, new values, or reintroduce the old values. And we need the experience and the knowledge you've gained around the world. So when I invite people from all over the world, Croats from all over the world, to come back to Croatia, I'm not seeking your money or finances. I'm seeking what's most valuable today: your knowledge, your experience, your love for the homeland, your pride, your domoljubje. That's what matters most. And since we're talking about this, so there's a very specific thing that actually you can do, and that is in connection with the signing of the Avoidance of Double Taxation Treaty. I persuaded President Trump to give a green light to the Treasury to sign that, but you know, the Treasury, I won't say that they have been stalling, but they have made it very clear to us that they need examples that the American economy would benefit from signing the treaty. And that would make investment into Croatia so much easier, but also the lives of you who are dual citizens, and especially of those of you who want to come back to Croatia, so much easier. So please do contact Treasury and tell them about your interest in signing this agreement. Now let's back to the Croatian Fraternal Union, because before my flight leaves, And the story about the founding of the Croatian Fraternal Union is one about the role of the Croatian community throughout history. When more than a century ago, our common ancestors came to this land of opportunity and freedom, they often carried their personal belongings and hoped that the future will provide them and their families with a decent and a prosperous life. It was difficult to say goodbye to your own family and friends who were left behind and who were worried how they would manage so far away. Alone and without knowledge of the language, tormented about the arduous labor and difficult times that their sons and daughters would face, especially in places like Pittsburgh, where we have to give due respect to the steel workers who were our ancestors here and who've made it possible for all of you from Pittsburgh, but also from all over the US and Canada, to get an education and have a more easier, a better life than they did. That is why the establishment of the Croatian Fraternal Union, with its main goal of providing assistance, created strong foundations for solidarity and for community in spirit in the unfamiliar lands that welcomed our people here in America. It's not surprising, therefore, that the word fraternal symbolized the familiar characteristic of this organization in which, as in every family, we help, advise, and direct each other. We support each other. We forgive each other for mistakes that perhaps we have made. We move on and we solve problems and share the joy of our successes. For generations of our communities abroad and for decades, the Croatian Fraternal Union was the central meeting place where the mother tongue was spoken and where contact was made with Croatian history, culture, and natural identity. It was a place where new life experiences were shared, where help and consolation were sought and received. As the Croatian president, and I've said that time and again, even in the pre-election campaign, in my inauguration speech, in so many speeches that I've had, and in so many meetings that I've had with you and other members of the Croatian communities across the world, especially the Croatian people from our second homeland, Bosnia and Herzegovina, I've always placed a special emphasis on working on connecting with our people in Bosnia and Herzegovina and around the world. My personal experience as a diplomat and foreign minister was very valuable. Back then, in those times when I was in the diplomatic service, like our Minister of Foreign Affairs, I had the opportunity to meet members of our community, including many of you, and became convinced of your fellowship, fraternal unity, and above all, of your patriotism and willingness to help your homeland. But also, what I want to say tonight, a special message to the United States and to Canada, to thank them for the space of liberty and prosperity that they've provided for you. Out of respect for you, out of respect for these two countries, I sang together with all of you the Star-Spangled Banner and O Canada. Too often we're bound by protocol, and perhaps as Croatian president, some will think of that in Croatia as quite odd, but I don't think so. We should share in the emotion, and we should share in the togetherness with our allies and our friends, such as the United States and Canada. And also, many a time we should forget the protocol and show our pride. Not just like I did in Moscow, negotiating with FIFA to let me wear the Croatian jersey. But also, kudos to you, madam, for wearing those checkers. Kudos to you, sir, for wearing that tie. Please be always proud of the Croatian colors. This is what the world is about today. Being proud of ourselves, but working together with others to create a better world. In Croatia, I'm often criticized for singing in general, but I must say that, there's that Croatian Ko pjeva zlo ne misli. Then there's the wonderful tamburica band, Ravnica from Osijek, who have been singing such beautiful songs, including the message that they gave you. Nad vama bdije Hrvatska mati, ne da vas nikome. I also have now one of my own, my daughter Katarina is one of you. She's in Boston right now. So for me, my Sokolica, it's also brought special emotions today. But, life in general doesn't really make sense without tamburica, without clapping. So who doesn't like tamburica, right? And during my mandate as President of Croatia, I have repeatedly visited Croats in the United States, in Canada, in Australia, in South America, and was the first Croatian president after President Franjo Tuđman to visit these distant Croatian communities. And for me, it was always such an honor and such a pleasure, and feeling at home so many thousand miles from my actual homeland. But this is very important to me because Croatia must never forget how much the Croatian community has helped our country, as I've said, during the Homeland War first and foremost, for the recognition and then in the war effort. I know that all of you in the United States persevered in spreading the truth about our struggle for independence. I know how difficult it was to get through to the authorities and the general public in order to even explain where Croatia is, a country so small by American standards, yet so powerful and great in the desire and struggle of its people for their freedom. And this is what the world has realized. Croatia might not be a big country, but it's big at heart. I thank you all for your material and moral support, for your individual and organized efforts with which you have contributed to building Croatia, and especially for your spirit. That is why, as a symbol of gratitude to all those who are part of this wonderful fraternal story, I awarded the Charter of the Republic of Croatia to the Croatian Fraternal Union 2 years ago, on behalf of all those whom this organization has helped to find a better life, and on behalf of the Croatian people in the homeland and abroad. Today, it is our duty and responsibility to encourage the strengthening of national unity, to strengthen the preconditions for affirming and promoting our culture, identity, and the Croatian name. To achieve these goals, we need national unity and true patriotism on a permanent basis. In my frequent meetings with Croatian communities across the world, I had the opportunity to talk to successful business people, prominent academics, athletes, physicians, farmers, and all those who are promoting and helping to realize the interests of the Republic of Croatia in the countries where you live. Therefore, on this occasion as well, I thank the many generations of Croats who have reinforced through their efforts in the Croatian Fraternal Union the vision of its founders on the need for unity and solidarity, regardless of where our life paths may take us. In my inaugural address, I emphasized a message that I repeat time and again. You are the link between our homeland and the world. Croatia's doors are wide open to you. I congratulate you on the 125 years of work and firmly believe that in the future, you will continue to be the guardians of Croatian identity and fraternal union. And as Cardinal Cupić said, so many things are learned at home. And therefore, I take every opportunity like this to thank my mom and dad who barely finished elementary school, for having provided the opportunities for me back then in the communist Yugoslavia to become what I am today, who have supported my ambitions and who have sacrificed so much in their lives in order to make it possible. So I believe in my family, I believe in my community, I believe in our country, I believe in our nation, I believe in God, I believe in our unity, in our zajedništvo. As I said again in the inaugural address, vjerujem u te, zemljo moja Hrvatska, and to you all, hej Hrvati, Hrvatska vas zove.
First of all, let us, on behalf of the National Administration, we once again thank Madam President for being here. She's been a terrific friend to the Croatian Fraternal Union. We can't thank you enough for honoring us with your presence at this banquet. We know you have a plane to catch. I don't think, Cardinal Subi said they wouldn't start Mass without him, but the pilot may take off without you. Unless the Secret Service stopped that plane, so hold that plane. But you know, Bernadette said she was so gracious, Madam President, last year when Croatian Fraternal Union had 17 groups of children participated at Lisinski Hall with our annual Junior Comprehensive Festival. She opened her Panta Chaka to all of the Croatian Fraternal Union, all of this from Michelle Lichno, and she was so gracious for hours upon hours. Stood there and took pictures with everyone and was so gracious as a host and such a great representative of the Republic of Croatia. So it's our pleasure at this time to present to Madam President as a Zahvalnicu as well in recognition of her attendance and participation in this celebratory weekend. And we look forward to having her many more times with us at a Croatian Fraternal Union event here in Pittsburgh. So,
Since I don't want you to think that I'm stingy, I did give Cardinal Cupic also a present. Because the minister surprised me today at the Mass that, believe me, he got wonderful Croatian olive oil and he got candle holders made out of brač stone. So here tonight. One of the very symbolic presents for me, because I promote reading and lifelong education, and I read a lot to the children in Croatia. And one of my absolutely favorite writers is Ivana Brlić-Mažuranić, who wrote such wonderful stories from the Croatian legends, from the Croatian past. So here is a book that contains zgode Šedoka Hlapića I priče iz davnine, but also, again, so that you don't think that it's just a book, here is a wonderful example of Plaška Čipka. So this was made by the wonderful, the diligent Croatian hands of Croatian ladies in Bach.
Croatio, iz duše te ljubim, ja te volim, a i mati vidim. Croatio, iz duše te ljubim, zaboravim. A u srcu uvijek tvoje
Lijepa, presretna slika, još sam bila mlada
još se nadam, vratit će se ti. Kažu da se nisi ljubila, o meni si toliko pričala. Kažu suzu tebi pustila, kad bi znala bilo čula.
And when I say my family's from Imotsky, and she tells me, yeah, and she knows it's Lokmachichi, so we know we're kindred spirits between Zdravko and myself. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance and be such good friends now, so we know that'll continue in the future, and we welcome you. So, Zdravko Vucic here. Please take our message back to your leadership as well, thanking you for being here. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Bojiš se da sreću neću naći, vjeruj za nju, ne treba mi brać. Otvoreni dlan, vedre misli svaki dan, dovešće je, takav je moj plan. Znam da nisam ista kao ti, nemam više zašto bježati. Oblak je moj dom, oblikujem ga po svom, dosadno je kretati se tlom. Samo ovu pjesmu želim, samo ovaj ritam znam, samo ovoj ludoj besmislici pripadam. Sve je crno, sve je bijelo, ali život nije svi. Sve je dobro dok si zdravi, dok si živ.
Accept this, take it home with you, and it's a nice dobro sećanje of our times together here in the United States. So congratulations.
Tata, neka mama, neka tata, a najviše sam.